Get ready to level up your English
with English Podcast Adventures.
Welcome to English Podcast Adventures with Michael and Sophia, where you learn real English through real conversations. Subscribe, and let's get started. Today on the podcast, we're diving into the language you hear all the time in the news.
That's right.
We've gathered some typical examples of common news terms, and, well, the idea is to help everyone quickly understand what these words really mean and, why they matter for staying informed. Sometimes learning vocabulary feels a bit much,
Totally. But we're going to break these down simply. Think of it as a fast track to understanding those news reports a bit better.
Exactly. It's not just definitions, it's about how they're actually used, getting that practical grasp.
Okay, ready to jump in? First word, breaking. You hear this constantly.
All the time. It basically means important news, often urgent, happening like right now.
Right, like you might hear, breaking. A major cyber attack has compromised the data of millions of users worldwide.
And that word breaking immediately tells you, whoa, pay attention, this is big and it's happening now. Millions affected.
Or another one, breaking news. The Prime Minister has announced an unexpected resignation amid growing political pressure.
Yeah, again, breaking signals that the suddenness, the surprise, and, the potential political ways it could cause.
Good point.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
We interrupt this program to bring you breaking news.
Okay, next up is headlines.
Headlines. Simple enough, they're the main points of news stories, kind of the summaries.
The bits that grab your attention first, right? Like, today's headlines highlight the ongoing conflict in the region and its humanitarian consequences.
Exactly. Tells you the focus right away. Conflict and how it's affecting people. Two key things.
Or how about the morning headlines focus on the record-breaking heat wave affecting several countries.
Yep. Straight away. It's about a big weather event, and it's widespread in multiple countries.
That was the headline the day after I defused a dirty bomb in Paris.
Gosh, think of the headline.
Okay, word number 3, crisis.
Crisis. This means a really serious, difficult situation, a critical point.
For example, the energy crisis has forced many households to ration electricity during peak hours.
Oof. Yeah, you can immediately feel the real-world impact there, people having to actually change their behavior because of the crisis.
Or this one. Experts warn that the water crisis in the region could lead to severe shortages within months.
That underscores the danger, the potential for things to get really bad down the line. Okay, quick pause here, folks. If you're finding this useful, please don't forget to subscribe and maybe give this video a like. It really helps us out.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Okay, let's keep going.
I mean, wouldn't that solve the world's energy crisis?
Oh, champagne crisis.
Number 4 is investigation.
Right. An investigation is basically a formal inquiry, a systematic look into something.
Like, federal authorities have opened an investigation into allegations of corruption within the organization.
Yeah, that sounds serious. Federal authorities' allegations of corruption, the word investigation, tells you it's being looked into officially.
And it can also be about accidents, right? The investigation into the plane crash is expected to take several months to complete.
Exactly. That tells you it's complex, it needs careful examination, and it won't be resolved quickly.
We heard so much about America and the girls on the beach, we decided to investigate.
Those are our forms to investigate what's important to our lives.
Number 5 is protest.
Protest.
Yeah.
An organized public display of disapproval, people showing they disagree with something.
So students organized a protest demanding better funding for public education.
Clear example. You know who is protesting students and what they want better funding.
But protests aren't always peaceful, unfortunately. A peaceful protest turned violent as clashes broke out between demonstrators and police.
Right. That highlights how things can escalate, the potential risks involved in public demonstrations.
And then she dragged me to the protest.
Sam, we gotta talk about this protest, girl.
I was about to protest, I love you.
Moving to number 6, scandal.
Scandal. Ooh, this is usually about an action or event that people see as morally wrong or maybe illegal, and it causes public outrage.
So, like, the financial scandal has led to the arrest of several top executives at the company.
Yeah, big consequences there. Arrests, top executives, shows the severity.
And it's not just financial stuff. A celebrity scandal involving leaked private messages has dominated social media discussions.
Shows how personal actions can blow up into public news, especially now with social media amplifying everything.
Seems like every time there's a hacking scandal, Cachet's sales increase dramatically.
No, because I was lying low while the news of the rock scandal broke.
Okay, number 7.
Recession.
Recession. This one's about the economy. It means a period when the economy is declining, shrinking.
You might hear, many businesses are bracing for a recession as consumer spending continues to decline. All right, you see the connection there. Less spending might lead to a recession, so businesses are getting worried, preparing.
And recessions can have a massive impact. The last recession in 2008 resulted in widespread job losses and a housing market collapse.
Yeah, that reminds us how serious it can be for ordinary people, jobs, homes, livelihoods. Just a quick note, if you're still with us and finding this useful, that's great. It means you're really digging into these words.
Yeah, definitely.
Wayne says that in this recession, that's perfectly acceptable behaviors.
Well, now please rise for the recession of faith.
Okay, number 8. Summit.
A summit is a meeting, usually between very high-level people like heads of government or top officials.
For example, world leaders gathered at the G20 summit to discuss global trade and economic recovery.
Yep. G20 tells you it's major leaders, and the topic's trade. Economy are big international issues.
Or it could be focused on conflict resolution. The Peace Summit aims to bring together conflicting parties to negotiate a ceasefire.
Right. The goal there is crucial, trying to stop fighting, negotiate peace. High stakes.
Yesterday, the Paris Peace Summit was rocked by the appearance of unidentified assailants.
No, I'll wait till we summit.
Number 9 is victim.
Victim. This refers to a person who's been harmed or injured because of a crime, an accident, or some other bad event.
Like, authorities are working to identify the victim of the hit-and-run accident.
Mm-hmm. Shows the immediate aftermath, a focus on the person affected.
And it's also used in contexts of support. The charity event raised funds to support victims of domestic violence.
Yeah, highlighting the need for help and support systems for people who've suffered harm.
Police believe the victim was accosted here, then driven to a park nearby.
Marvin is just a victim of the economic climate.
Okay, our final word, number 10. Unprecedented.
Unprecedented. This is a useful one. It just means something that's never happened or been known before. Totally new territory.
Like, the storm brought unprecedented rainfall, causing rivers to overflow and flood nearby towns.
Exactly. Unprecedented emphasizes just how extreme and unusual the rainfall was, leading to those floods.
Or in a different context, this year's voter turnout was unprecedented, with over 80% of eligible voters casting their ballots.
Wow. Yeah, that highlights something remarkable. A level of participation never seen before. Really significant.
So there we have it. 10 really useful English words you'll encounter when following current events. We've covered breaking, headlines, crisis,
investigation, protest, scandal, recession, summit, victim, and unprecedented. Quite a list.
It is. And hopefully understanding them a bit better makes the news less confusing.
Definitely. Try to notice them when you're reading or listening. Seeing them in context is like the best way to really let them sink in. And one last time, folks, if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like.
Thanks for tuning in.